Hey guys, Lee Dragon here, and we're checking out a top trending video here. It looks like it's number 12 on trending right now. Currently, it was published here, I think like 21 hours ago or something like that. It's titled Top 10 Best Avengers Endgame Moments. Which I finally got to see after a while of being out. I saw it with, I saw it with my wife, and I think we saw it with my mother-in-law too. I think it was the three of us went to go see it. But I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really good. But this is by the channel. Let's give a shout out here. It's from the channel WatchMojo.com. I've been subscribed to them for quite some time. I've seen quite a bit of the videos, so a lot of their top 10s and stuff. And let's see, it looks like they've gotten 20 million subscribers. That's awesome there. Anyways, this is by their channel. I'll leave this link in the description down below for you to check out other content by them. And let's get to the video and see what kind of top 10 moments from the movie they have on here. And I'll put in spoilers. If you haven't seen this movie, probably best to skip this so that way these moments don't ruin it for you. I mean, I know the movie's been out for a while, but it's only been like, I think maybe a month, maybe a couple months at the most, maybe 3 tops, but it hasn't been out for not even half a year yet. So spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the movie. Alright, let's get to it. About 13 minutes and 13.5 minutes long, so it's a little bit of a long video, but we're going to check it out here.
We love this movie 3000. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today
I
we're
like
counting
Ant-Man.
down our picks for the top 10 Avengers Endgame moments. For this list, we're taking a look at the moments that made Avengers Endgame possibly the most emotional, exhilarating, and epic MCU movie yet.
You have fun?
It was fun.
We would say spoiler alert, but it's the highest grossing movie of all time. We've all seen it.
Who told you that?
Star Trek, Terminator, Time Cop, Time After Time,
Quantum Leap?
Wrinkle in Time, Somewhere in Time,
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
I gotta watch
Number
Hot Tub
10,
Time Machine.
Hawkeye's Family.
I see where you're going? Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't have to worry about how you get there.
Since Clint Barton was MIA in Infinity War, it's only appropriate that he takes center stage in the opening scene of Endgame. Ever since Age of Ultron, we had a bad feeling that the Barton family was headed for tragedy, especially after Thanos snapped his fingers. Our worst fears were confirmed in this harrowing intro as the Bartons sit down to a picnic while Clint sharpens his daughter's archery skills. Although Clint seems ready to pass on the bow, arrow, and Hawkeye mantle to the next generation, his world goes up in ashes when his entire family vanishes. The confusion, panic, and anguish Clint experiences here sets the perfect tone for the film's first act, reminding us that our heroes have already lost.
Babe! Boys! Boys!
That was really sad.
Number 9,
Couldn't
Black
imagine
Widow's Sacrifice.
With the
Oh,
raccoon
yeah.
climb the mountain.
Technically, he's not a raccoon,
Oh, whatever. It's garbage.
Having lost his family and ventured down a dark path, Clint is ready to sacrifice himself to secure the Soul Stone on Vormir. If their plan to reverse the snap succeeds, though, Natasha Romanoff knows that Clint's family will need him.
The last 5 years I've been trying to do one thing, get to right here. That's all it's been about, bringing everybody back.
Edge of your seat suspense is a term that gets thrown around a lot, but that's the best way to describe this scene as Clint and Natasha race for the cliff.
Tell my family I love them.
You tell them yourself.
Every time one of them takes the lead, the other pulls off a sneaky trick to get ahead. Even after Clint leaps off, Natasha still manages to get the jump on him. As both hang from the cliff, Natasha forces Clint to let go.
Please no.
As she falls to her heroic and heartbreaking demise. Number 8, Captain Marvel gets back up.
Hi, I'm Peter Parker.
Hey, Peter Parker. You got something for me?
Although Black Widow is gone, the MCU is not at a loss for strong female characters. When Captain Marvel crashes through Thanos' ship, Peter Parker is eager to hand the gauntlet over to her. A battlefield of enemies lies on the horizon, but Carol gets backup from virtually every major heroine in the MCU.
Don't worry.
She's got help.
Granted, it is rather convenient that all of these characters just so happen to be standing in the exact right spot at the exact right time, but it makes for such an empowering and awesome group shot that we honestly can't complain. From Scarlet Witch to Gamora to Valkyrie, each heroine brings something special to this rousing spectacle. The scene may be brief, but could Marvel be hinting at an all-female A-Force spin-off? Number 7,
I don't know.
Aim for the Head. With Endgame, the Russo brothers managed to deliver on our expectations while also subverting them. Although Endgame builds to the climactic showdown against Thanos we anticipated, the first act throws several curveballs that have fans second-guessing their initial theories.
Let's go get this son of a bitch.
Less than a half hour in, the remaining Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy track down a frail Thanos. To their shock and ours, the Mad Titan reveals that he obliterated the Infinity Stones.
He used the stones to destroy the stones. It nearly killed me.
Making it seemingly impossible to reverse the damage he's caused.
I am inevitable.
Thanos regrets nothing except maybe being too hard on Nebula in the past. Before Thanos can repent for being a poor father, Thor literally cuts him off. And this time, he aims for the head. We did not see that coming.
What did you do?
For the head.
Dang it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Number 6.
Alright guys, I'm sorry for that. There was a cut there. There was an ad that showed up, so I cut that out. Back to it. Cap versus Cap. Oh yeah.
Cap
I
versus
remember
Cap.
That is America's ass.
That.
Endgame shares much in common with Back to the Future Part 2, as several Avengers revisit the battle for New York.
I think it's gratuitous, but whatever.
This part right here.
This amounts to several ingenious interactions and callbacks, but the standout moment pits Steve Rogers against his past self. Since Loki was impersonating him only a few minutes earlier,
On my way down to coordinate search and rescue.
On my way down to coordinate search and rescue.
I mean, honestly, how do you keep your food shut up?
2012 Cap believes that he has eyes on the God of Mischief. Modern Cap is given no choice but to fight his past self, and both can do this all day.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, I know.
As skillfully choreographed as their confrontation is, this showdown also works in the type of humor you'd expect from Marty McFly and Doc Brown's adventures.
What do you think?
You look great, Tom.
The funniest and most applause-worthy moment sees contemporary Cap get the upper hand with a Bucky bombshell.
Bucky is alive!
Number 5. He did his best.
No amount of money ever bought a second of time.
Smart guy.
Did his best.
Traveling back to
That was
2013,
a sad
Thor
part.
shares a priceless reunion with his mother,
I love you, Mom.
A lot of sad scenes in this movie.
which gives her death in the Dark World another layer of emotional weight. As powerful as that sequence is, it's Tony Stark's reunion with his father in 1970 that really hits home. In Civil War, Tony reflected on his strenuous relationship with Howard and how he always wished he could rewrite their final encounter.
It doesn't change the fact that they never made it to the airport, or all the things I did to avoid processing my grief.
This time-traveling mission finally provides him with that chance. While he doesn't reveal who he is,
Got a name? Howard.
Well, that'll be easy to remember.
Howard Potts.
Tony finally makes peace with his dad. Now that Tony himself is a father, he also finds that he has more in common with Howard than he once thought.
I had a little girl.
A girl would be nice. Less of a chance she'd turn out exactly like me.
What'd be so awful about that?
Plus, it's always good to see loyal butler Edwin Jarvis. Number 4. Passing the Shield.
Like it's someone else's. It isn't.
Tony isn't the only one who encounters a loved one in 1970. Spotting Peggy Carter through a window, Steve decides to pick up a couple of extra Pym particles. After dropping off the Infinity Stones and Mjolnir following the Battle of Earth, Steve retires with the woman he loves in the past, rather than returning to 2023. Cap does eventually catch up with his friends, albeit as an old man who's ready to hang up the shield.
Only thing bumming me out is the fact I have to live in a world without Captain America.
The legacy of Captain America is far from over, though, as Steve chooses an honored Sam as his successor. While Steve doesn't tell Sam about the life he's lived, we are given a glimpse of his touching reunion with Peggy, the two lovebirds finally sharing a dance. Number 3. Avengers Assemble. The MCU somehow managed to go over 20...
Yeah, I can't blame Captain America for doing it. I mean, he meets this woman who sees him for himself, and they fall in love. They end up having a lot of obstacles that fall ahead, and towards the end of the movie, in Captain America, the first Avenger, and they're talking to each other, making plans, and then suddenly, while they're talking, the ship he's in goes down. He's pretty much dead, and they never have that dance that they talk about. And then you get skip forward to Endgame, and he has a chance. He sees her when he's helping Tony get the one cube from the facility, and he happens to see Agent Carter again. You can't blame him for getting those films again and getting those thoughts well, maybe I should just stay and just spend the rest of my life with her. Because that's what I would have done. I mean, you meet your loved one and suddenly you get separated, and years later it goes by, she ages, she passes away, and it's just you never get to spend that all that time with her. It's pretty sad. But I can't blame him. I mean, at least he got to go back and live the best parts of his life with her. Let's get back to it here.
Films without ever having a character say Avengers Assemble.
Avengers!
If Marvel was saving this iconic line for a special occasion, they couldn't have selected a better time. Captain America is ready to charge into a hopeless battle until he hears a familiar voice, as well as some familiar words.
Captain Sam, you hear me? On your left.
Seeing T'Challa, Shuri, and Okoye emerge from a portal was already enough to ignite uproarious applause. This scene keeps upping the ante, though, as more portals open, marking the return of several snapped heroes and a few we haven't seen in action for a while. With everyone together, Cap says the two words we've been waiting for.
Avengers!
Assemble.
Thus ensues a glorious climax full of phenomenal action and heart-tugging reunions. Number 2, I Knew It. When Cap nearly lifted Mjolnir in Age of Ultron, many of us assumed this was just a throwaway gag and would never be addressed again.
Nothing.
Especially since Hela destroyed her brother's hammer in Ragnarok. Even after Thor temporarily retrieved Mjolnir during his trip to 2013, we didn't expect to see another warrior wield his godly weapon. During a rematch with Thanos, however, Thor is nearly bested by his own axe. As Mjolnir begins to lift off the ground, it's not Thor summoning it, but rather the only other Avenger worthy of its thunderous power. With his shield in one hand and Mjolnir in the other, Steve teaches Thanos that it's not the weapon that makes the hero, but the hero that makes the weapon.
I knew it.
I mean, my favorite part of this movie was when they were discussing all the different time travel movies, even though I do not agree with Ant-Man's assertion about Back to the Future.
Former present becomes the past, which can't now be changed by your new future.
Exactly.
Back to the Future's a bunch of bullshit.
But anyway, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and try to fool you that we put something weird at number 1. We all know what's there, but before we relive that epic Endgame moment, let's check out some honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Boy!
Oh my God! Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Sorry, Cap. I can't give you the same.
Oh, that's that guy right
I'm
there.
gonna have to call him. That's okay.
This guy right here in the background, he was in Purge 2, which I can't think of the title for that one. And then Purge Election Year. He was in both of those. Yeah, 2 and 3. The fourth one was called The First Purge, I believe. Which had different cast in it. But he played like a vengeful father in the second one. And then he was like a bodyguard protecting a senator in the third one. So, like, I recognize that guy. I remember him. I don't remember his name, his actual name, but I just remember he was in the 2 of the Purge movies.
Trust me.
They'll never know. Because you won't be alive to tell them.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1, Iron Man's fate. The MCU kicked off with Tony Stark revealing his secret identity to the world.
I am Iron Man.
So, we can't think of a better way to end Thanos' reign of terror than with Tony saying those same 4 words.
I am Iron Man.
Believe it or not, this callback to Tony's defining line was added at the last second. Although Tony snaps Thanos and his armies out of existence, donning the gauntlet comes at the expense of his life. Tony summons what little strength he has left to bid his friends and allies farewell, with Pepper giving him permission to rest.
We're gonna be okay. You can miss me.
As his loved ones gather at his funeral, we're reminded that Tony Stark not only had a heart, but was the heart of the MCU's first 3 phases.
I love you 3,000.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other
That was a hard part to watch right there. I mean, I heard in the background people were crying. You could hear people tearing up, just sniffling and stuff. I was just like, that part and the funeral and his little girl, they're just like, it was like so heartbreaking. I mean, I loved Iron Man. I loved Iron Man, Captain America, Ant-Man. I loved Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man. Thor, Hulk, Black Panther. All those were great characters. With Iron Man, I remember, God, I've seen all the Iron Man movies. Might need to watch them again. Second one's the worst. But yeah, it was just sad. Just him. I think out of all the Avengers deaths, the ones that just died pretty much sacrificing themselves, his was like the hardest one. That was really sad. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out, I got plenty of videos on the channel. The content I'm working on. Make sure you check out Watch Mojo. Show them some love and check out their channel. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. You guys take care, and I will see you later. Peace.